Welcome to MachismoTV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Our channel covers a range of topics including current events, fitness, personal development, and technology to help you look, feel, and live your best life. Tune in for actionable advice and engaging discussions. We the willing, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you. So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you.
Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it? Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it?
About how we can better ourselves and further ourselves, further your mind, you know what I'm saying?
How you gon' wear my trust when the lights
Let's be clear, this is
How you gon' be no love when the bed don't sleep?
invasion.
Deep, deep pressure, feelings in the middle of the street. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the hoes was at. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the bros was at. 3:30 in the morning, scroll through the call up. Ain't nobody but the mirror looking for the fall off. I love when you count me out. 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 My name is in your mouth.
Alright, might be about you. Next run, might be about you.
Conductor. Welcome to the new golden era. Yo, this that purple tape mix for Cody box. Hey yo, imagine getting murdered with the case in the Sub Village. It sure is. Yeah. DJ Drama.
Hey yo, I'ma take it back to the ski mask Chanel. So yo, with my mail, I can never fail. I can be through you, I can tell you a tale. You ain't never ate rules, Chris in a cell. Everything grabbed, you moving at a pace of a snail. Supreme clientele, cause my cocaine pal is rap doing alright. My dope house well with Egypt, reading Portland's Carter doing well on a mountain. R&B bitches on my bandwagon. Boxes cost 500, I got my pants sagging. If we had to drive 50 miles, we was head cracking. Back when I popped the Infinite, I had the less wagon. True story, I could get anything done. Runway, Gucci, jeans, shoe, hair in the bar, Santorini, black sand, dick sucks in the sun. The top 3 and not 3 and 2, but I'm the Vanetta loves. See me, I'm the model type. Balenciaga torty with the piranha bites. Ace rolls on ice. Hit you broad day, fuck you in the pole lights. Nigga, I'm dose nice.
Returning the boom back with 2 million on the wrist. DJ Drama.
Yo, Tom Brown sailing, surrounded by Trump paraphernalia. I dare you to step to the door, you be a failure. Peace all my niggas live from the east by the Borg. Gangsters, boy, got a fresh 15 who throwing aces. I'm stepping on your shit, chrome automatic. And don't forget to switch, hold up.
That's been black on your niggas. Just hold up.
Hey yo, ain't nobody fresher, that's word to my hymen. Brains everywhere on the wall, go get some diamond. Back to back, going Perry on about the vomit. Hanging out the hard van, ghost with the chopstick. Everything I see you niggas, yeah, I never rock it. But the little vans burn a hole through your pocket. I see the Mark 3 engagement, stop it. Shake that shit, bitch, shake it, try it, man. I'm immortal, all lost time for it, Plus it smell like fuck you talk about? Put the 40 in your jaw, I'm a maniac. Couple million on the floor, ain't nobody fucking with the Fendi overall. Pumped on the bag leg, yeah, I miss to show it off. Yeah, I miss to run up on you broad, damn, blow it off. Yeah, I miss to send a dummy pack through the thorn mall.
Shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super fly guy.
Shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super fly guy.
There's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story. There's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story.
There is no nobility in poverty. I've been a rich man and I have been a poor man. There is no nobility in poverty. I've been a rich man and I have been a poor man.
Yeah, you know the place. You are listening to Shade 45. Shade 45.
It's so funny how I make a video saying I don't really like to deal with black men, and y'all are in the comments talking about some woohoo, let's go black men, we're not tricks. Yeah, we're not tricks. If you go to the escort sites and you go through the ads, you're gonna see so many ads of SWs of every race. They're gonna have no AA in their ad. But y'all never do the self-reflection and think, why is it that no SW wants to do business with me?
Yo, I'm not out here trying to back cat, so I don't care. But let me pull y'all culture game, you female black SWs. I was in prison. There was a member of a white race identity gang that got kicked out, and he had to buy protection from us. And a horrifying thing that he actually confessed to me is that prospective members or prospects that are coming into they, white race identity gangs were purposely sent to pose as tricks trying to buy the services of black female escorts. But they were sent to unalive them as an initiation ritual. They did this, he said, because it was easier to take down a female than it was a man. And that doing this repeatedly would eventually desensitize them to the unaliving of a black person. And also help reduce the population of so-called black people by getting rid of birthing age females. So, hey, if you think white dudes are safer, hey, you can have that when you want. You got it.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money. Give me your weave money. Give me your perm money. Your Jordan money. Your Alizé money. Your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the cash app?
Right. So I don't ever tell people how they should feel about anyone. I know what my experiences are with them. Skip's always been extremely generous with me.
Well, that's because you have big jugs. I mean, your boobs are huge.
Between Tampa and Los Angeles, it's like we got all. I mean, two cities have glommed all the championships and play.
For man.
Word to SD neck, my niggas playing all man ball. You niggas ain't fucking with my catalog. In 5 months I done shit that you can't achieve. Right. Niggas sounding like me, but I ain't mad at y'all. Nah, I'm playing chess, you niggas playing basketball. I guess I'm the illest nigga after all. While you was in class working hard on your math, I was selling raw cocaine out the bathroom stall. I made it to the top and I ain't never fall. Never. Like a coach, I can show you how to ball. 30 on my hip, quick draw McGraw. Leave you wet like inside a coleslaw. I'm not the type of cat you can't approach, dog. I'll claw your eyes out with the jigsaw. My pieces hitting hard like a jigsaw. I keep 60 on me like Chris Shaw. I'm getting money now. It was 1,000 for a show, I'm charging 20 now. Facts. My lifestyle looking sunny now. They like, damn, Ice rapping like he hungry now. Rapping like I'm hungry. I had to get in my zone. Labels blowing me up. I had to cut off my phone. They keep calling. They just won't leave me alone. I'm not signing the deal till all my niggas get on. Fuck it, I'm about to start my own imprint. I'm back on my bulletproof pen shit. This ain't the game, nigga. But if it was, Ice World about to win shit. Been going for the gold like the Olympics. Ask around, I'm that nigga in the trenches. Ask about me. All my grips got extensions. All my niggas about business. I just sent the goons the hit list. Stay in the house cause they about to clip shit. I'm grinding hard on my clip shit. I'm like for real with the drum sounds. I'm in love with the gun sounds. I used to care, but I don't give a fuck now. The shotgun pump rounds, you better duck clowns. I'm scoring nothing but touchdowns, cause I don't fuck around. I treat your baby mama like a bust down. I'm like Kobe in the clutch now, pussy. Yeah, whew. Light work, volume 1. Shit. I'm in my element. Niggas ain't fucking with me, man.
Fine decorations. But the white boys had told all them French gals that we had tails. Then they found this ignorant colored soldier. Paid him to tie a tail to his ass and run around half naked making monkey sounds. Put him on a big round table in the Cafe Napoleon. Put a reed in his hand, crown on his head, blanket on his shoulders, and made him eat bananas in front of all them Frenchies. Oh, the white boys danced that night. Passed out leaflets with that boy's picture on it. Called him Moonshine, King of the Monkeys. And when we slit his throat, you know that fool asked us what he had done wrong.
Country shot.
My daddy told me we got to turn our backs on this kind, Wilkie. Close our ranks to the chitlins, the collard greens, the cornbread style. We are men, soldiers. And I don't intend for our race to be cheated out of its place of honor and respect in this war.
The pupils burn from the gaze of the sunlight. Trying to go legit this time with no gunfight. Straight flights to Ghana. My man got the gold connect. Bow-legged dude with chicks on deck. He got Navy sailors moving in crypto specs. Maybach Hummer, sound like a discotheque. His brother Stan blew off his own hand. He's in the mausoleums, couldn't sew his wrist back on. It's in the Coliseum. The monsters out, straight down in the opera house. Scorpion pendant, red stone in the lobster mouth. Diamonds embroidered in the Chinaware. Speaking through Tesla phones. Tucked behind the ear, Snow White Royce. Guts red with lasagna chairs. Scarface party was raw with mad lines in there. Everybody holding. Rock Rollers, mad nines in there. Hitters with gold fronts frontin'. What's the concierge? 50 years of hip hop. New York is the mascot. City is the backdrop. One more, you can holler at me. You can holler at me.
That I gotta be the best of all. That's just cut and dried. I'm the best. Whether you like it or not, you're looking at, the greatest, the best looking man, the best dressed man, long limousines, jet airplanes, custom made clothes, and any woman in the world I want, just like that.
You know what? Let's face it. If you're not carrying the big gold, you're second best no matter what you tell yourself. So gear up, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to it. Who you're looking at, the man.
The almighty, the legendary Westside.
Hollow be thy name.
Are you really ready for Fly God himself?
You're looking at the man.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, god damn it! Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, god damn it!
You're now rocking with the hottest DJ. With the hottest DJ. Dropping banger after banger. Bring it on now! This is your girlfriend's favorite DJ. Yes! Spinning on the ones and twos.
Check it out.
The dopest beats are ready. Testing speakers. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's go. This is the hottest DJ in the city. Live in the mix. It's the one and only. You are now rocking with the doctor of all mixes. Make some noise for Mixing Genius will hit the floor in 3, 2, 1. This is party people. Are you?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Show will begin now.
Yo, we in the building. What up? Let me get a sound check. Saul.
What up?
Sound good, Tito.
Yeah, what up?
Sound good, Contractor.
Salute, big bro.
All right, we in the building. Let's go. All right, let me say what's up to the chat. Derek Wilson, what's up with you, Playboy? Quiet Storm. I thought this was season 8. We about to do season 8. Episode 1, season 8 might drop this week. I'm working on it. No news in the building. Who else I missed? Kwame Kaiju, my man. Music Man, what up? What up, Philly? Philly, stand up in the building. Southwest, I see you. Tevin King in the building and a bunch of cloud watchers. All right, bet we in the building. Let's get it cracking. Saul, open his statement for the chat and the replay gang.
Happy Father's Day for those fathers that are out there.
True.
Don't let nobody try to, interlope on our day. So shout out to, the guys supporting their families for years and years. Keep your eyes open, be safe. The left is becoming increasingly desperate and violent to blatant lies and, just craziness, man. So that's where I'm at with it.
Facts. Tito, all yours.
Yeah, man. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all that are fathers.
And this is the political violence that I told y'all was coming. It's only a matter of time now before they start trying to attack places where Black people congregate out of resentment. Trust me.
That's spot on too. That's a good segue because we're gonna start with Minnesota, and we was talking about this right after Trump was elected. And Tito, you've been pontificating on this for quite some time, and true to form, we seeing wow, the violence level that escalated ridiculous. Contract opening statement, and congratulations, by the way. Last night's Demon Time, a new episode went well. I think we went close to 3 hours. Unanimously from the chat, it's a hit, and they want to see it every Sunday. I mean, every Saturday.
Well, first off, salute to you, salute to my brothers on the panel and my brothers in the chat. Thank y'all. We put in a lot of man hours to make sure there's something of value that you learn from this whole thing here. But at the end of it, I got to be honest. Tito was on point. It's scary how on point he was, and yeah, everything he said is pretty much coming to fruition. So yeah, I look forward to learning more because I've had my head down just trying to dig myself out of this hole or whatever. But salute to y'all, man. And I'm kind of leery of what I'm about to see, but it is what it is. Let's get it.
All right, facts. And actually, to double down and piggyback on that, political violence aside, Tito was using the word civil war, and I pay attention to keywords. So I watch a lot of commentators and then even various mainstream news, even international news, and that word starting to pop up in the conversation. Like, with this level of violence, we're teetering. This is civil, potential civil war, et cetera, et cetera. So for everybody cloud watching, when Tito used to say that, it may have sounded like hyperbole, but that's part of the conversation now, even via the mainstream news. And I made a joke on a community post, like I moved to Peru, I come back, Marines in LA, and then the other elephant in the room, we got Israel bombing and shooting missiles and knocking out all the key players in Iran. It's been a hell of a, it's past 100 days, but this Trump administration, it has been a sight to behold with all the fallout. But that being said, we got a good show lined up. Let's start with Minnesota. The ICE riots, National Guard being sent, Marines. That was one thing. Violence from the left, in all of its forms. But this, more importantly, with this senator husband being taken out in Minnesota, as well as two other people, and then the person whose vehicle they caught, they're saying that he had a hit list, and it was dozens of people, dozens. So I believe the number was somewhere close to 27, and this is all being orchestrated from the left. So I'm gonna play two pieces back to back. I'm gonna play the individual in question, and then a background piece on the actual female senator from Minnesota, and we can get into this guy's ties to Tim Walz, all the implications. Just something right out of a movie, man. Let's go.
Police officer and drove this SUV designed like a squad car. The FBI posting a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of Belter. Surveillance video shared by authorities captured the suspect wearing a cowboy hat and long coat hours after the shooting. Two people familiar with the investigation tell NBC News the shooter left behind a list, quote, several dozen names long that, quote, includes politicians and non-politicians. President Trump condemning the, quote, targeted attack in a post, writing, quote, such horrific violence will not be tolerated.
All right, bet.
About Representative Melissa Hortman's death. We are going to take a few moments right now to talk about her life.
Please welcome your next Speaker of the House, Melissa Hortman.
This is how Melissa Hortman spent her days standing for the issues she believed in.
Gun violence prevention. Universal health care. Fully funding our schools.
She spent her nights in Brooklyn Park with these three, her beloved children and her husband, Mark. Before becoming a mother, she was a student, first at Blaine High School, then Boston University, where she worked for then Senator Al Gore, starting her own path to politics in 2004 at the Minnesota State House. She spoke from that very house just days ago, a proud Democrat who respected Republicans.
And I think in the end, fighting for that equal shared power made this a better session.
A session they got a
All right, and this is the session in question and her vote, because she voted against the funding for illegals with regard to public resources, healthcare, et cetera, et cetera. She voted against, she was for the bill, but she was against that one provision, and she was taken out shortly thereafter.
Got emotional over health care for undocumented immigrants.
What I worry about is the people who will lose their health insurance. I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal.
This is what everybody's talking about in the news. Like this scene right here with her crying and being all emotional, being like she knew there was going to be some repercussions, that there was a lot of pressure on her to vote in favor of that provision for the illegal immigrants.
That wouldn't include that provision. And we tried any other way we could to come to a budget agreement with Republicans, and they wouldn't have it. So, you know, I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
And now, the ones emotional are the ones who knew her. WCCO
So she's saying basically she got the bill passed. The Republicans wouldn't budge on that. No funding for illegal immigrants with regard to health care benefits and everything in place of U.S. Minnesota citizens. And so she caved on that provision to get the bill passed for all of the other benefits and provisions, and just to get the bill passed and get the budget passed.
Reporter Caroline Cummings was behind the microphone just days ago.
This really hits home that these are people just like you and me, and that's where you can leave your politics at the door and mourn and pray for the families and the loved ones that they have lost, because I know the Hortman family has two children who are mourning their parents.
Just hours before those beloved parents were taken, they posed in each other's arms at a DFL fundraiser.
Everybody who goes to the state legislature does so because in their mind, according to their point of view, they are trying to do the right thing for the people of the state. And their friends and neighbors who sacrifice a lot, their families sacrifice a lot for them to serve. And certainly Mark Hortman sacrificed, and the Hortman family has sacrificed more than anybody should.
A sacrifice in the name of public service to all.
All right, bet. And just as a side note, they interviewed the shooter's former roommate, and the press is already trying to frame it like he was a Trump supporter. And even though he was appointed by Waltz and he worked for the Democrats, he really wasn't a Democrat. He was really a Republican, because this is bad for the brand all around. Saul, what you got for me?
Let's start with, okay, this is your misogynist, right? This is the one out here committing femicide, the leftist, when you know, people don't conform to their talking points and stuff like that, right? That's a first opening sidebar I want to, you know, put out there, right? I want to hear, you know, the leftists yell violence against women's leadership when it comes to this shit here, right? Secondly, right, if you notice, the party out in Minnesota isn't called the Democratic Party. They're called the Democrats for Farmers and or whatever, which, you know, to me, you know, seems a little more fringe, or, you know, to your earlier point that, you know, they're acting like a mafia. You know what I mean, right? If you don't in your mind,
Saul, you're
where people
Borgin.
inherit, you know, their will.
Saul, you're Borgin.
Okay, you hear me now? Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound good.
Am I clear?
Yeah, you sound good. You guys put a 1 in the chat if you can hear Saul, but I think you sound good.
So much to my point, you know, like I said before, you know, they're out here acting like a mafia, causing correct, and it's just, you know, despicable.
Saul just got kicked off. Tito, it's all you. You wanted to cover this. We'll circle back to Saul. It's all you, Tito.
Okay. The reason that she looked so perturbed when they started interviewing her is because most likely she was she had a threat phoned in to her and she didn't know whether to take it seriously or not. And at the same time, she was probably thinking about being primary, which is one of the, you know, the mechanisms that Democrats use to try to enforce unanimity among their voters, among all of the, you know, the people that's in the legislature. So I think that they did this hit because they didn't want this woman to serve as an example, because this type of thing could become contagious. Pragmatism could become contagious, and they don't want that, because there's a lot of people that's just outright leaving the Democratic Party. It's probably got the worst national political brand right now, but this could become contagious. You can see a lot of other Democrats in other states that's willing to go, that's willing to be pragmatic like she is. Now, you know what's interesting about this? When you have some turncoat bitch like Lisa Murkowski or Susan Collins, they always talk about how strong and everything they are. They always, you know, dick ride them on MSNBC. But then when she votes against her party, what is she not? Dead.
No, I think that's spot on. The way this is going down, this is with the police uniform, like the level of coordination. They caught the wife with passports, a car full of money, a gun and ammunition. This isn't coming off as like some lone what do you call it? It's just like some lone act of madness. This looks coordinated and planned. Even him showing up the way he did with the mask on and like everything, like it's something out of a movie. Like, what's your take on that? Like, and I just think like with the ratcheting up on the left, like I agree with you in part. Like, this is almost like, you know, we always make the joke about the Democratic Party being a cult now, but it's almost on some shit like get out of line and we'll take you out type shit. Like on some mafia shit.
This is okay. If like look at Fetterman, right? They were like trying to prep Fetterman up as being potentially a running mate for Harris or maybe even a nominee, and he's outright leaving the party, right? And it's a lot of like former Biden staffers right now that's making a shitload of money on YouTube, talking about the inside baseball shit that was going on during the Biden administration. It's like rats on a sinking ship, and they had to do something like this to force the same type of unanimity that they had before. They had to. Because otherwise, you will have all of these different Democrats in different states that will really start to not the whole cancel, not to quote Green Gorilla, cancelization, the whole cancelization of people really doesn't carry the same weight that it used to about 5 years ago.
I mean, so do you think we're really seeing in real time like organized political violence? This is some Germany. This is some Germany World War II shit, like where they're actually lethally penalizing members of the party for not falling in line, not voting the way they want, not pushing the agenda. You think this is them sending a message like it's punishable by death in this party type shit? I'm hoping something like this is going to cause a fleeing from the party.
Yeah, because look what's at stake here. The reason somebody might say, why do they care so much about healthcare for immigrants, all of that? The reason they care about healthcare for immigrants is because they want to maximize the potential of Minnesota by making them a landing spot for illegal immigrants so they can increase their population so they will have more electoral votes. See, I keep trying to remind people, what y'all seeing play out is fear about the 2032 congressional reapportionment. A lot of these blue states are about to lose a lot of fucking electoral votes, and they trying to stem the tide with all this illegal immigration and then this sanctuary shit and this obstructionism and deportation and all of this. They are trying to stem the tide because every single person that's deported, right, is one of that 750,000 people going closer to losing one seat in Congress.
I think the
real fear here is the 2032 congressional reapportionment. After the 2030, after a census every 10 years, they do a congressional reapportionment 2 years later after they tabulate the census. That's what Democrats are afraid of. They won't let you know it, but that's what they're afraid of.
I think that's spot on. Saul, you back? You back, Playboy? Saul? There you go.
Yeah, what I was essentially saying, I don't know where I left off, but I was articulating the second point in which boy was a security contractor with ties to Somalia, and I'm wondering whether or not he had some help and whether or not his pay anything to do with this.
Spot on. You could take it from the top, the point you were making, because you started off with a good point and you were borging a little bit. So go ahead. You just reclaim your time.
I mean, I guess my first point was, you're not going to hear any liberals, yell femicide or violence against women in regards to this, especially somebody who actually was appointed by, Tim Walz himself, So, I just want, people to and how the Democratic talking points are being propagated throughout media or whatnot, and the reasons as to why they're not credible anymore, because there's lots of empirical evidence out there to indicate that it's intra-party conflict. Now, here's the thing. I'm wondering whether or not, they're admitting to some of these things, like, oh, yeah, this guy was a Democrat in a sort of controlled narrative way, because they want to hide some bigger, more sinister concerns that they have about this guy. That's my worry.
I think you spot on with that. And Tim Walz been pressed silent since this happened. He made that one statement, but bear in mind also, Tim Walz is the one who's been ratcheting up the violent rhetoric with regard to the Democrats, with regard to ICE and with regard to the trans issues and everything. And he was the one leading the charge with the violence against Tesla and Elon as well. So in the wake of this, he's been radio silent. Quiet Storm says California, to your point, Tito, California, New York, and Illinois will be hit hard with that restructure because a lot of people have left those states because of the illegal migrants and sanctuary cities. Contractor, what's your take on this? Is a big deal. A senator and her husband, like almost pretty much if the kids were home or he could have get to them, it looked like they would have took out the whole family. And this is what, 72 hours, maybe a week after her vote against the Democrats' interest to get this bill passed. What say you?
I mean, well, when it number one, whenever it comes to politics, I don't follow it. I get a lot of my information from you brothers, but I can say this. I know human nature. If you're dealing with a group or a group of individuals that are that they've already shown they're violent enough to drop someone off a high building, you gonna deal with them lightly. Now, I think back to the time when old buddy that was dressed up like My Little Pony or whatever decided to take a shot at our current seat of president. That let me know right there, like, ooh, goddamn, you crossed the motherfucking line. And at the end of it, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So they've been displaying signs of violence for a while now. And if you don't agree, well, we gonna get you up out of here. Just to me. Because again, I don't follow politics like that. But for the little bit I do put in, bro, they were trying to remove our current chief of staff, and they did that on camera. So anybody misstepping, that ain't marching to the beat of the drum that they decided the cadence to, you might be a victim. So that whole emotional response was probably because Slim knew she just fucked up, and they were more than willing to remove her from this place. Proofs in the goddamn pudding. Like, to think that the party that's saying we accept everyone until you misstep, that's kind of telling right there. That's kind of telling. You know what you're working with. So you can accept Bambi deciding to become a unicorn, but not someone saying this bullshit and stepping away. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And there has been some really I can't even fake, bro. There's been uniform violence that's popped up, and every time you get to the heart of it, it's always them. So at the end of it, wrap it all up, put a bow on it. These people want their delusion so bad they're willing to, well, what it seems like, they're willing to take human life just because you don't agree. Now that part should knock a pause in damn near most every American. That party is showing how violent they could be if they choose to, but they seem to have turned that violence on each other, and a house divided could never fucking stand. It's wild though. It's wild. But I'm still forming thoughts because again, I didn't know shit about this up until you put it on display. But Damn. So if we remember the same goddamn group. If we have a disagreement, well, pop my spouse and me. That's fucked up. I landed there.
No, facts. Like I said, the level of violence coming from the left. I'm of the opinion, I've stated it before in this panel, like we need to completely destroy this party. Like I said, I mean, irregardless of, you know, the uh the politics of being a black man in the United States, I'm still a goddamn patriot. And this party is a treasonous party. Uh, None of the policy, all they're an anti-American party. They're a internationalists, and they'll do anything to stay in power, even if it means destroying the country and pushing these bizarre agendas and destroying the social fabric of what makes America. This party's got to go. Shout out Lord Love Smith. He said California is losing a lot of delegates, so let's see how they'll be able to impact the midterm elections next year. That's Saul's hashtag, March to the midterms. That's why we cover these topics on Sundays, so we can continue the conversation and slowly chip away at their voter base as we move into the midterms, because Trump's MAGA Republicans can't afford to lose any seats. We want these policies, these policies that Trump's pushing, these executive orders, tax breaks, and all that. We want all that shit codified in the law, because it suits the political agenda of, by and large, for the American black man. And we already see them pulling back the subsidies for Keisha, and that works in the black man's favor. Kwame Kaiju says the Democratic Party is giving its constituents an offer, straight up, an offer they can't refuse. Shout out to the Godfather. The news says the party that extracts resources from American people and gives it away. Exactly. Like, just off that, this party's got to go. And I'm of the fundamental opinion, Tito's, spoke repeatedly about the history of the Democratic Party. They are the natural enemy of the party of slavery, and they're the natural enemy of the black man. And they've used Keisha as its guard dog, pretty much like the plantation, to keep the black man in check. We, black men as a whole, what we've done in this space is elevate the conversation and created some air of political astuteness where we're acting in our own self-interest. And to that point, I'm going to play this jump clip because this further it rides home the point that, yeah, our political interests with Keisha are no longer aligned, have not been aligned for quite some time. And black men doing what's in their best interest is almost antithetical to them.
Oh, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say. It's the first of the month, so I'm just going to get all my hot takes out. I don't give a what happens to any black man on this app, including being in the neck by a white man who has still not been arrested. I don't care, because these are the same men that said that they're not going to vote for a black woman unless they get child support forgiveness. We need to understand that black men ask for people to not take their lives seriously, to not care if someone unjust them or uses excessive force on them. They told us that they don't give about none of that. All they care about is child support forgiveness. So I don't give a if there's a story of a black man from a tree or anything else at this point. I don't care anymore. I care about what's happening to black women, but not black men. Because again, these are the same men that said they don't give anything else but child support forgiveness. Oh, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say. It's the first of the month, so I'm just going to get all my hot takes out. I don't give a what happens to any black man on this app, including being in the neck by a white man who has still not been arrested.
And that is the exact same sentiment that got this senator and her husband killed. Keep that in mind. She's
quick sidebar. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, kind of landfall and stuff that the Democrats are actually getting as far as their losses go. The American Federation of Teachers union president either quit or quit some sort of post in the Democratic Party. So you start to see unions even break away. We saw a little bit of that even when even the UAW refused to actually endorse anybody. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's starting to be indications, even with regular people, quote unquote, common union folks, that this isn't the, and they just want people to, you know, fall behind them and their weird ass progressive ideologies about a damn utopia where, you know, a whole bunch of people could just, you know, swing and dance along on a sort of rainbow sort of weird ass fantasy. And I land my plane there.
Spot on, spot on. Kwame Kaiju, what Kwame Kaiju said? Keisha is the point man in the infantry unit. Facts. I'm gonna play this next clip. This is more Democratic nonsense. Going into that they don't have any policy. We got them the ICE riots, and then I want to say this also. The No King's Day, Trump's parade, celebrating the armistice, United States helping win World War II. I saw bits and pieces of the parades, and they had the soldiers marching from each of the different wars in the respective uniforms. And what I was looking out for, one thing in particular, I saw in the Revolutionary War, guys dressed in Revolutionary War. I saw some black soldiers, Civil War. So that's what I'm talking about. And I was having this conversation with Saul. One, I think it's a good thing, and two, they got this No King's Day protest and everything. This is celebrating the military, honoring the veterans. Like I said, the men in my family, we fought in every war since the goddamn Revolutionary War, to my knowledge. And like I said, this parade is for black men too, because we fought in all these wars. I keep making this argument about goddamn blood rights. We bled for it. Shout out to MC Relapse and Recovery with the $3 super chat. He says, California can be publicly stunning for votes. Kamala Harris running for governor. God, well, man, look, man, God bless, God protect that state if she wins. But in the meantime, F that hoe.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Man, fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Man, fuck all you hoes.
All right, excellent. So let me do this real quick. I want to this next one, Senator Padilla. So you know we had Ross Baraka in Newark getting arrested. We had the chick Monica Lukaiber. She was actually indicted by a grand jury, and she's got what 3-4 charges, and one of those charges carries 8 years. So that Keisha that crashed out in New York, they're not playing. Letitia James under indictment. Fanny's coming next. So I like that the Trump administration is putting these Keishas and this ridiculous and the judge who let the migrant escape from the ICE agents. She's been indicted. In light of all this violence from the Democratic Party, I like that the Trump administration is putting these Democrats in a place that we're not playing. But along those lines, Senator Padilla from California tried. This is a political stunt, but basically tried to rush Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security while she was giving a press conference, and I like the optics on this period. He gets taken out, he gets handcuffed and everything. So let me play this.
have been assaulted. They've been pelted with rocks and bricks. Their cars have been set on fire. Molotov cocktails have been used. We have seen people throw bottles and hammers at them. We've also seen that they have been attacked and verbally spit on or punched or assaulted, and it's just not acceptable. The Department of Homeland Security and the officers and the agencies and the departments and the military people that are working on this operation will continue to sustain and increase our operations in this city. We are not going away. We are staying here to liberate this city from the socialist and the burdensome leadership that this governor and that this mayor have placed on this country and what they have tried to insert into this city. So I want to say thank you to every single person that has been able to do this. Also, I want to talk specifically to the rioters and to the politicians in Los Angeles.
A dozen criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duty, how they have been targeted, and how their families have been put in jeopardy, and that we're not going to allow that anymore as well. That those individuals who are purposely endangering our ICE agents and our law enforcement officers and their families will be prosecuted for what they are doing as far as perpetuating violence on them.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go, I put behind my back.
All right. Cool. Other hand. Lay flat. Lay flat. Other hand, sir. Other hand.
Call it what it is, a disgraceful abuse of power. Senator Padilla was handcuffed and dragged out of for daring to ask a question. This wasn't a threat, it's dissent, and they crushed it with force. They're not keeping us safe, they're trying to silence us. We won't back down.
Boy, boy. So we gotta talk.
All right, but that's the main part I wanted to say. Yo, I'm all for it, and I'm glad. I like watching these Democrats get their comeuppance, and Trump, because the Democrats be operating like they above the law, and I like that senators is getting thrown to the ground, Congress people are getting arrested and indicted, attorney generals. They not playing no games, and this is I'm all for it. Mr. Clay said these motherfuckers go that hard. Yeah, going that hard for senior citizens, and yeah, they don't go that hard for senior citizens, and that's a good point. All this acting up, and none of this is for American citizens, and especially like the black politicians. They don't do that for their black constituencies. And I want to keep driving this home. They're doing this for people who aren't U.S. citizens. Like, that's the insane part. Tito, what say you on the senator getting the beats put on him?
That was just a bullshit ass political stunt. So it
about another stunt.
Yeah, they know that it's not cool while somebody is giving a fucking address on TV and a press conference to just jump up and scream like that. You know what I'm saying? But they was doing that on purpose to either looking for the sound bite of her actually stopping her address to go back and forth with him, or either what happening is him being escorted out. You know what I'm saying? They just doing that so they can try to say, oh, this is Gestapo tactics and all of this bullshit. It's just a bullshit ass political stunt. But these people that are out here, you know, with the riots and shit, look, man, the Department of Homeland Security is not going to be enough. The police are not going to be enough. The National Guard are not going to be enough. Regular citizens are going to have to become involved.
Well, what do you mean by regular citizens are going to have to become involved?
You're probably going to have to... regular citizens are going to have to become involved in probably identifying people that they know who are this type of political dissident, or who would like to see a demise of the republic, and they're going to have to get rid of them.
Okay, spot on. I'm with that. I believe public sentiment is actually turning, and all the polling says, at least on this particular issue, Trump's well over 70% approval rating with what he's doing with the deportations and his policy with the illegal immigrants. As far as I'm concerned, you're seeing a party in complete disarray. When your entire political establishment is reduced to political stunts, you've got no policy, no plan, and nothing to run on. Saul, what say you?
Yeah, that's all they have left is political stunts and acting out and violence and stuff like this. I mean, like I said before, I'd say the quote great Kevin Samuels, and I'm gonna add two more letters, which is shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right, and this sort of tactic can be expanded from person to person level to a wider political aspect, but instead of sign language, I would say signal because you add acting out and lying to it, right? So, shame would be, that was the first phase of it, with cancel culture and stuff like that, right? Salting people because they don't agree with you, right? In this space, they like to call us incels or misogynists and all this other craziness or whatever the case may be, right? Guilt, for those who are weak of heart, who are still kind of in the middle, they like to leverage guilt by using some sort of exceptional story that's contrived or made up. We all know how leftists do. They get their Jussie Smollett on to engender some sort of guilt. And there's a need to be right when they come home for Christmas. They want to always try to take some fake ass phony moral high in you somehow or another. And then acting out when they don't have nothing left, in a tantrum, right? And we all know that it may entail violence, whether it's themselves or other people, right? And L is outright lying. Now, somebody tell me that, obviously from a person to person scale, we see this. We haven't gone through all these phases during this sort of political cycle. That's where I'm at with it.
All right, spot on. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Detroit 313 in the building. I see you, Playboy. MC Relapse and Recovery. I see you. Contractor, what say you to this ridiculous political stunt by the Democrats and them not hesitating to throw a senator to the ground and put him on cuffs on camera? I'm loving it.
Well, from my point of view, from what I can see, I got 4 words. That's it. That's all. Because I don't follow politics as strong as my brothers do. But well, 4 words being, welcome to becoming a nigga. And they treat you like that. And you don't like that part. You're upset. I know. But I'm this and I'm that. And I'm so on. They don't care. They don't care. Law enforcement gonna do what it do. And he got thrown to the ground. Oh well. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Is what it is. Now, the fact that he was mishandled, that's not my concern. Because I look at situations where it's people that share my hue the same way they do. And last time I checked, if you're coming from Latin America, your passport says this thing, this one word, it's called white. So even though you're white, you got thrown to the ground. Big fucking whoop. I don't care nothing about them folks. I don't. Bro shit. But Senator, whatever, welcome. No one cares. No one cares. Well, at least I don't. About your plight, sir. And whatever point you were trying to make. You see where it got you. But I'll end there.
All right, but good segment, guys. We're going to go into two pieces of fuckery. Uh, this is trending on social media now, but apparently this happened in 2024, and one I think is hilarious. But I want to use it to tie into a talking point that we be having about it's time to start pressing charges on Keishas and putting papers on. Mark Lamont Hill getting pepper sprayed. Funniest thing ever. And I love it because he be pandering to the black women so crazy. But I didn't know that this was 22. This actually happened in 2024. But although everyone's talking about it now, I guess he hushed it up and then the footage leaked. But it turns out she pepper sprayed this dude, and then he's wearing it like a badge of honor that like he didn't press charges or anything like that. You actually hear him saying, "Hey, don't call the cops" and everything. And he actually ends up befriending the chick and being like, she had mental issues. Blah blah blah. She was abused. The whole Keisha spiel. But I want to use one. I want to laugh at him, and then two, use this to have the conversation about like this is how we end up in this situation, and that just like DDG and all this, you guys got to put these papers on these Keishas. This is what deters this behavior. So let's watch Mark Lamont Hill get pepper sprayed. It's beautiful. Oh my God! Hold on, I gotta play that again.
I want to ask you to take a step back, please.
They tackled the hell out of that big Keisha. Hold on, then let me just play this. Old boy reacted to this on TikTok because it's funny.
Come on, you better know what the fuck a threat is. Y'all be out here talking crazy what men need to do, what men need to put their money here, but don't know when a threat is approaching. Your damn soul left your goddamn body, boy. Ain't no goddamn, you ain't walking across that shit on me anyway. I would have already been up. As soon as I would have, you could pop the dog shit out your ass. I don't give a fuck who it is. She pepper sprayed you. You ain't even put your hand over your face. You just, you ain't know what the fuck was going on. Man, y'all men, y'all talk all that money shit. You need to go pay for some goddamn training.
That's fucking hilarious. One more time. I want to see this thing get pepper sprayed one more time. Oh my God. Go ahead, saw that shoe. That shoe, but putting the papers on him. I love seeing him get pepper sprayed. And that they tackled the hell out that big Keisha. What you got for me, Saw?
I would say this, man. They like to use the laws and instruments against us, instruments of the system against us. As much camera footage you can, as much papers you can get on. People say that it's illegal to report until somebody gets lied on about domestic violence or rape. I mean, there's plenty of stuff out there as far as spyware stuff. Go to a store, get your little hidden camera, have it looking like a lamp or whatever the case may be. Protect yourself and your interests. People need to start seeing this. Because statistically, they have the most bi-directional violence and stuff like that. So the more footage you got, the more you're able to protect your interests and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Had it been him and her in a room by themselves or whatever the case may be, she could have did something to provoke that man, and she would have outright lied on him and said that she's experiencing trauma again. That shit isn't any sort of indication of anybody, experiencing any trauma. Usually people who experience trauma are afraid, right? It's just a crutch and an excuse and a lie for people to exact the violence that they want to exact. Whether it's some sort of delusional fantasy or hearing something third person, and you just got to be careful, man, because these people are ticking time bombs out here. Now land my plane there.
All right, well played. Music Man said because he's from Philly, I'm from Philly, and Mark Lamont Hill went to Temple. He said that was an old Philly joint he used to mess with. Yo, I could believe it. showed up at his event, gave him the pepper spray. She the jilted jaw. Tito, what say you about this Keisha violence? And primarily, like I said, the moral of the story, black men not pressing these charges, not putting these papers on them, not calling the police first, letting this type of violence against black men go unchecked, and that has helped contribute to the ongoing misandry towards black men. What say you?
Hey man, you know that slave gene is powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's powerful and it's epigenetic, but that's just what happened to Mark Lamont Hill is just proof of what I always tell people about how the slander and pander industry, and it don't matter what level you own. It don't matter if you're on the the social media level, like an Ace Metaphor or somebody like that, or Derrick Jackson. And it don't matter if you're on Mark Lamont Hill's CNN level. The slander and pander industry is a bubble that always bursts. It's always got a finite shelf life. And this guy's just living proof of it. You sit here pandering to a group of people that's fucking implacable. You know what I'm saying? It's no, they won't be satisfied. If somebody came on CNN, if a black man came on CNN and beat on the table and then start crying like Van Jones and start talking about you podcasters are out here talking about women and all of this shit and black women, you guys need to be worshiping black women. You need to be worshiping them is what you need to be doing. 2 years later, they still have something bad to say about that nigga. So this pandering to Keisha is never going to do anything. It might get you short-term gains, but it's always gonna come back to fuck you in the long run.
Spot on. Contractor, take us home with this segment, and then we're gonna get into the next one because this is the setup with the Mount Lamont Hill joint because I want to get into this K. Michelle interview with Cam Newton because I'm gonna set the stage with it. This is part of what we was talking about post-Trump, like the foray into the YouTube social media space to because mainstream media is dying, and like that this plays into the pattern and the formula I was talking about how they're the ongoing approach down to counter what we're doing down here and use these propped up podcasts and whatnot to become the new Oprahs and Sally Jesse Raphaels with like the eunuch castrated male there just sitting there agreeing while they just speak this misandry, talking points that we've been hearing since the fucking 70s. This is a classic case of it. And I'm glad I'm already seeing initial pushback on social media, Media Man, a bunch of people tearing this interview with Cam Newton apart with K. Michelle just basically up there bashing black. She used every trick in the book and then even ended the thing with like, that's why I date white men now. It's crazy. But go ahead, Contractor. It's all yours. Contractor? You gotta unmute yourself, Playboy.
Damn, my bad. Yeah, do me a favor. Play that back real quick. I wanna point out something.
Okay, hold on. I got you. I wanted to play it anyway.
I know.
That shit is hilarious, cuz I'm gonna run it one more time. Well, you turn the volume up because it's the noise that's funny.
Bro, right there. Before the big bitch got tackled down, right? You see my man disappear behind the motherfucking curtains.
Yo.
He realized right then he just fucked up. That bitch stuck her whole arm out and was like, get all this. And he reacted too slow.
Got it good too, bro. That shit is hilarious. And I just love it because he's such a pandering bitch, cuz.
Bro. Pause. Right there. Boom. Yeah. He stumbled. That means that motherfucking capsation started kicking in and burning his ass up.
Ooh, yeah.
Ah, help.
He got all that work, bro.
At the end of the day, it goes to show that even when you pander to Keisha, you ain't got no win, man. You ain't got no win. That hoe extended that hoe extended her arm fully fucking out, like all the way out. You won't see a boxer, a Muay Thai fighter. No one extends their arm out that fucking far. That bitch did it because she was confident, and she damn sure hit the target. Yeah, yeah. All because I'm with Music Man. Like, yo, he used to fuck with that big Joan, and that big Joan got bigger, and he may have cut her off. So whatever. And now she sought her revenge. Coming from a man that's been pepper sprayed before, yeah. Then big Jones, once rejected, they can get vengeful. They can get vengeful.
And
That
we seen the
Jones,
same thing with Umar. Remember when Umar side chick came on stage?
Oh yeah, ran up
yep,
on him. Yeah. But she
yep.
ain't get that close. Mark Lamont, he got that work. Damn man, Umar a Philly dude too. All right, that's what I'm with it. Goofy Philly dudes taking L's in public. They deserve it, making my city look bad.
Fact, big fact. At the end of the day, that hoe felt confident enough that he wouldn't jump off that stage and get the like, what's the word for it? Making her face meet the ground. You know what I'm saying? Repeatedly. And she was right. She was right, bro. She was right. Not saying she was right for doing what she did, but the whole damn show did it. And bro did not see that part coming. He did not see that part coming. But that's not our fault, though. When you deal with wretched jumps from the community, my nigga, this is what they got for you. Pepper spray, capsation, eyes burning. Now they closed. Now you swole up. And the whole time, that whole kick you in the face type shit. Is what it is. Is what it is. Is what it is.
Yo,
But
they saying they saying he got his Keisha wake up call.
Bro, yo, play that shit one more motherfucking time, because that shit, my man ducked behind that curtain fast as shit. That shit was funny as fuck. Yeah. No, got the fuck out.
Yo, that shit is hilarious, cuz. Yo, here's the thing. Look how smooth it's like. He couldn't tell from her body language. Like that's a problem. Like look how she walking. That look. That's the look. Like go there you go right there, nigga. Keep talking. Like the whole body language. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Mark Lamont. I know Mark Lamont Hill went to Temple. I don't know if you're Philly nigga, because bro, you already see what that shit is. I would have been looking like, what this bitch up to?
Bro, that looked like old girl of that don't look like old girl of Harlem Nights and was like, yeah, I'm gonna cut you. I got to cut you now quick. Yeah, that part.
The entire walk up is suspicious. Look at this shit. Look at that. And then to lean into you, that's the nigga trying to get close enough to either to sneak you and shit, or pull the hammer out on you. Like, bruh, where you been at, bruh?
Peep the way that wide back rolled across that stage though. After old buddy tackled her, hit her with that.
I mean, old boy was late, but he was on his job. He tackled the shit out that bruh.
Yeah, and she rolled smooth across that stage. That bitch is built like motherfucking Mr. Potato Head, bro. And that whole roll right across that stage like it wasn't nothing. Ugh. Where this nigga come from? But
yo, Theo Wild for the building. He said, "I'm a study forever." How you funny? Yeah, no news. He got his legs crossed like it's sweet clown, making my city look bad. All right, bet that's a good segue. So I'm gonna play this. I got 2K Michelle clips, but we gonna go to the main one though, with her talking about families and stuff. And bro, this is Yo, and shout out to you, Theo, man. Thanks for getting back to me on Facebook, man. We quiet storm in the chat and Saul, man. I'm in Peru now. We made it happen, man. We had a minor emergency. It was all hands on deck, man. Thanks for getting back to me on Facebook, bro. But K Michelle, I want you to listen to what she's saying, because this is straight from the Keisha playbook. I keep telling you, they got one playbook and they only got 10 plays in it with a handful of talking points that they've been recycling for the last 60 freaking years. And back to my point about saying, no, I'm saying, like, this is the new format. We've seen it with Michelle Obama's podcast. I'm seeing it on all these podcasts popping up that you never goddamn heard of. Or all of a sudden they on your timeline and they got all these subscribers, and it's either a group of women and one guy sitting there passively while they just represent misandering. The guy's just shaking his head and nodding, no pushback, same talking points. And now, like I said, Breakfast Club is dead. They're no longer officially not capable or able, but effective at pushing the agenda talking points. So the powers that be are shifting to other other podcasts and stuff, and they're basically trying to infect the social media landscape. Bear in mind, YouTube is 85% male in terms of viewership. You feel what I'm saying? So Cam Newton it's looking like they're using his platform for shit, because this is like maybe the third, fourth, or fifth type interview like this with a female, where he's becoming the poster child for just letting this misandry fly. So, and bear in mind, K Michelle is post-wall, not married. None of her relationships have ever worked, and they got her up here being a poster child, talking about black men and black fathers. So let's get a load at this misandry. And like I said, the thing is, they put these in where nobody combats the talking points that this person, because there's statistics to prove that. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, like he was the master at that. Like you couldn't do no anti-black male speak without him beating you in the head with facts, data, and statistics.
Man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family, you know? And my grandfather, I watch my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed
But it seems you was unable to do it though.
to be. So I'm
Yeah, and the caption is K Michelle speaks on black men creating broken homes. This is a lie that has been thoroughly debunked in this space.
asking right now, black men, and I tell my black men to really step up for black women and create families.
This is what I be telling you. Look at this shit. This shit is all staged.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. We're witnessing city girls, we're witnessing this and that. And it's like the genders are doing this.
Clashing.
It is really
Those are talking points given to her. The genders are doing it. Bro, like this bro don't even talk like this. She just been getting dragged on the internet for the past 6 months for getting ran through by a bunch of young YNs and whatnot.
destroying family. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music.
She talking about white men.
In that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are singing.
And she's the consummate side chick. Bro, this is a fucking clown show.
About we are glorifying a lot of women.
Tina lose it. All right, the clip's almost over. Hold on.
And that's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch in Nashville because they'll never even listen to your music and your professional career will suffer.
Look at Cam sitting there
Bro,
looking like a goofy with no pushback. Go ahead, Taylor. You got it. You got it. I see you chomping at the bit.
That's what the fuck they want to hear. When Drake or Bryson Tiller talk about fucking somebody else's bitch, the bitch goes, the shit goes super fucking platinum. All of the most popular songs that these hoes want to hear is about cheating. And if it ain't about cheating, it's about a nigga fucking with some other bitch that they can't rein in. That's what they want to hear. When Keisha Cole got with the basketball nigga and made a motherfucking album talking about how in love she is, that shit didn't sell nothing. That's what they want to hear. That's what they want to hear. They the ones that drive this shit. That's what the fuck they want to hear.
Nah. Tito, you right. Fucking first off, the bitch voice is annoying as fuck. It's raspy. That whole sound like she like goggle Newport water. Number one. Number two,
I
at
said,
the end of the
"Gargle
day,
Newport water." You stupid.
well, at the end of the day, like she's doing what sells. And Cam, good old capping, caping, pandering fucking Cam, ain't had shit to say to the hoe of relevance, dog. Like, nah, bitch, you wrong. Because if in our community, or our so-called community, if you tell a bitch she wrong, nigga, you wrong. But in reality, that bitch is sitting there running her goddamn mouth and talking, but in reality, dog, bitch, you got what you wanted. The experience of not knowing if you're gonna wake up tomorrow or go back to sleep or none of that shit, or live or nothing. You was on some rando shit. So you got put onto a random nigga's random bitch list. Then you got hit and you was cool, but you a whole singer that's known. So whatever. When the fuck do we get relieved from dealing with their problems, dog? K Michelle. Bitch, you ain't been hot since what? 06? 07? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Yo, this is a post-war run-through, bro. She been on the internet the last 6 months. Shout out to Jada Black. He been dragging her for like the past. She just been getting trains ran on her by YNs. That's why I said this whole, even her talking points. These are her saying the gender. Like she ain't up here watching the gender war up to date with us. Yo, these are staged. They're invading the podcast space to get, like I said, to reenact the 80s talk show shit. Yo, Theo, you in the chat here. I got a drop for you. Shout out to Tito for destroying Gabe and everybody on this epic roast on his channel the other night. But here, yo, Theo, this drop for you. Here go your boy Gabe.
Would you be willing to show your naked rear end in a movie?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Theo. That's Gabe with a struggle security drawer. So we were talking about this before the show. Speak on it. How this is their foray into sideways or basically attacking the Black Manosphere's flank.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the clip. At what point did she say gender conflict or did he say gender conflict?
No, that she said it. Like I said, like she don't talk like that. Those are talking points.
No, understandable. But I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. I think he might have said something to kind of, to get her to talk a little more.
He might have. I got a more extended clip. I wanted to play the short one first because that was her direct attack on black men and them not being fathers and everything, which completely contradicts the CDC report.
Okay. So it's funny. I think he knows a lot more than what he's leading on as far as Cam Newton goes. I would say that he's probably sold us out as well. Some of these athletes, don't be surprised, between athletes and your political elite being upset that we've kind of democratized the voices of black men in general. And so, I mean, don't be surprised if there's no level of bitterness as far as he go. When it comes to her, she's obviously a Keisha. She's obviously a tool, just trying to plant seeds and stuff like that. But she kind of slipped up herself and threw in there City Girls. Didn't she say that?
Yes, sir.
And that could have been his opportunity to expound a little more, but he refused to, which tells me that he knows a little better. You know what I mean? And you talking about just stuff like that, like there's could have been plenty of opportunities to been like, hey, how old are you again? What's up with your black family? You talking about City Girls and stuff like that. You mind talking about how you distinguish yourself against compared to your peer group and this, that, and the other. He refused to do that. So one could blame her, but she obviously going to say what she's going to say. She's a tool. She's a robot. But I would say there's even more so culpability that falls in his lap because he brought the bitch there to propagate the shit in the first place. This is an example, gentlemen, of how they're using to make the great pivot, right? You start to see people like I want to say Ice-T was in the Root this week. You're starting to see people go to the Root, the Shade Room, the Griot, and stuff like that. And they're saying things that are more or less kind of seemingly innocuous and general platitudes about men and stuff like that. And this is the pivot to try to control our conversation so it won't be at this depth that we're doing here. So they're just conceding a little, saying, oh, we're just going to small space for straight black men, but it's not going to be to the extent to where they get to really, really talk the way they need to get some movement done. And I think this is a microcosm of that bigger mission. So we just got to watch out for that shit. And I'll land my plane there.
100% spot on. Speaking about the Ice-T article, we're at the 1 hour 32-minute mark. We're making great time. I'm gonna play this extended K Michelle clip, and then we're gonna end the show out. Saul sent me a article that we're gonna look at real quick, and then I forwarded it to Tito. Tito's gonna do a deep dive on it later on this week, and then Saul and we got a list of articles. They're coming for the black manosphere, at least with regard to the talking points. They're trying to create like a layer of what's the word you use, buddy? Manosphere light or diet manosphere type content, similar to what the Verding Hate It was doing by sending which one? Oh wait, you ain't see it, Phil? He said you got a cute doggo for Chewbacca. No, here. Did you see it? This is your Gabe drop right here. I sent it to Tito to use it a roast. Here you go.
Would you be willing to show your naked rear end in a movie?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You didn't see it, so you just saw it here. I'm gonna play it for you again. This is Saul is the one that noticed that he looked like the boy from Bowfinger.
Would you be willing to show your naked rear end in a movie?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking gold. Yeah, so we're gonna end on that, and then at some point me and Saul are gonna do a deep dive into a handful of these articles that are coming. Yeah, this is the way, Theo, that are because they're coming at us on the print side now, and they're definitely invading the social media space. Truth be told, I'm gonna be honest with you though, they can't fuck with us. We too good at this. We've been doing this for too goddamn long, and it's too easy to debunk themselves. And what somebody was saying in the chat, yeah, Cam starting to lose all credibility, and he gonna take a L coming at the space because it's nonstop content creators that are just going to keep raking them over the coals. All right, let's go. I'm going to play an extended clip of this K. Michelle stuff and to show you the level of misandry that was at play during this interview. It's appalling. And then we'll wrap up with that article, get up out of here. We at the 1 hour, 35-minute mark. We're making good time, gentlemen.
Mad. And so bothered that when I told them that I was doing your show, they was like, light his ass up. Tear his ass up. Tell him the truth. People like your significant other. They've liked her before y'all have become a couple.
For sure.
And some things.
She just disrespecting him on his own show to his face. Yo, these Keishas is out of control.
Things that she has said, you know, might have offended women in other ways, like, you know, and now they're like, oh, so now you're in this situation that you made fun about.
Right. And now all of a sudden you done switched up.
Yeah, you done switched up, but I'm telling you, it's something called being dick drunk. That dick.
She's
Oh, hallelujah, the dick. It will make you
She
see
sound weirdly
things
like
differently, do
Courtney.
things differently,
He said she sound like Courtney. Yeah, how about that?
and just love in general.
You have to understand growth is needed. And my heart goes out to my first baby mother, Kia. Cause like I love her. Like that's my nigga. You feel me? Sometimes she may not receive that. I mean, I pour myself into women more so than men.
Okay.
And I need it. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I'm going everywhere, but I'm trying to bring us back. Being in my position when you're the person everybody pulls from, your charging station for me has always been women.
This is like I said, this social engineering. This is this goofy simp nigga talk. Like they rolling it back while he talking to another goofy Keisha. This is not the way. Like, bro, we're gonna destroy these dudes. Like they trying to what do you call it? They're trying to reestablish these goofy archetypes.
But that's why that's why there's this thing and there's this balance. Like, you know, I'm the one in my family that takes care of everybody, all the family. When you come home, you want to be, like you said, your charging station.
Yeah.
That's your charging station. You want someone to pour into you and to give that to you and this and that. What I think is happening with women right now, can we be honest about what women are dealing with?
Yeah.
Women are making more money than men.
Bang! There you go. There's all the debunked talking points. Here we go. Go ahead. What you got?
Hold on. Outside of all this, you just look at the dynamic, right? You ever been to a bar and you chilling or whatever? You might hear a little side conversation and stuff like that. And you know how motherfuckers talk pseudo intellectual, and it's like, yeah, you know, the vibes here, you know, is esoteric, and you know, green means fertility and abundance. Yeah, green does mean fertility and abundance. Yeah, let's leave here, so you know, maybe we can be abundant together. That's what's going on. He's telling this bitch what he wants, what she want to hear, so he can fuck after the show.
Either way,
the most primal level.
Yeah, of course, but either way, it's still a minstrel show. And word on the street
100%.
is her pH is off.
I'm sure
that's challenging.
Probably enough.
Yes,
that
women.
challenges the
if you're
normalcy.
gonna bring me hell, and I can pay my own bills, it's not worth it. Women are going through this whole different thing of, you know what it is. Like I see my parents who've been together forever. I get to witness a traditional, you know, old school type of love. But nowadays, what we're witnessing city girls, we're witnessing this and that, and it's like the genders are doing this.
Clashing.
And it's like a hot topic and this and that. Yeah, it's cute, it's a hot topic, but it is really destroying families. When I go, okay, think about this. Being in Nashville all this time, well, being in Atlanta all this time and then going to Nashville where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected. Other successful black men to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening because there's so many other things around you going on that are not fair to black women. What is going on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there. And they see their mama sad at night. At what point is the successful black men in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day. I get
Yo, she hitting every goddamn talking point, ain't she?
to witness the best of both worlds every day. Getting on stage singing R&B, being here in Atlanta, I get to sing R&B, but then I get to go to Nashville and be like, you mean you ain't staying out till 6 in the morning? You gonna go home to your family? You gonna write this song and leave at 5 and 6 because you gonna take care of your family and your wife? At what point do the successful black men build black families? We ain't gonna ever have a black family if y'all don't do it.
I can't fucking stand it. I can't take it. Theo says Passport Bros are making plenty of Passport Bros are making plenty of families abroad. Quiet Storm says between AC and Tito, they will never run out of Keisha content of Keisha crash outs. And no news, spot on. Black woman deleted 19 million babies, and she's talking about family. Say less. Go ahead, Saul. That's all you, Playboy.
First off, that voice, sound like a damn drunk Courtney. I'm gonna just call it what it is. You know what I mean? I just got to. But I'll say this much. Quite honestly, she's talking about go home with his family at 5. What the fuck was you doing during the day with him? That's the first question, too, right? Second question is successful black men, are they not taking care of their own families? Why is the burden on their ass to do that? Why is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, successful, unsuccessful, and in between. Black men have been taking care of their families and have been taking care of their families for years. There's studies that state that. And most of the time, the divorce rates and domestic violence calls and lies by Keisha. Now, she saved most of her vitriol for Keisha because much to Tito's points, a lot of these bitches know what's going on, but a lot of them are cowards and actually calling this shit out. Just city girls? That's just the only line this bitch got to say about what they doing? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? If you see tradition and you know better, then the real question is, how come you don't model that behavior into your own? I'll land my plane there.
Spot on. Tito, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. She at this point is just clawing and scratching for relevancy. None of her music is about any of the shit that she talks about. And it's not, you have some limited, well, I'm not going to say limited, but to a certain degree, to varying degrees, artists do have charge over their own career. I would imagine it's a little bit more autonomy than it used to be, with the technology and everything, and you being able to book your own shows and venues and all of that, and then use the internet to get your shit out there. But
I don't want to hear this institutional ass sad song about how we can only sing about this, we can only sing about that. Number one, that's what your audience wants to hear, and number one, that's what you continue to make. I mean, it has been outliers like A. Marie, like L. Varner, that didn't make that type of struggle, that romantic struggle ass music. You know what I'm saying? They made positive music, and where are they right now? You know, probably at home living off of their residuals. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to have longevity, you got to sing about the fucked up shit that she sings about. So if she wants to complain about black families that aren't there and enmity in, you know, between black men and women, wouldn't she be the one of the people who provided the soundtrack for that shit? See, it's the hypocrisy for me. That's what does it with me, man. It's the hypocrisy.
All right, spot on. All right, y'all be getting busy in the comments section. Quiet Storm says, every time Makisha tells me they are getting deleted in mass, I point to the deletion rates between Planned Parenthood and other types. Planned Parenthood dominates the pie chart. Yo, spot on. And actually, all these super chats actually are in line with the conversation. Quiet Storm, hold on, let me do it from the top. Bang, there we go. Detroit 313 with the $5 super chat. He says black men are creating broken homes, and yet black women divorce the highest and deleted half the entire population. Who needs accountability? Spot on. And you know what we got to say? Our Vato is never more appropriate for this K. Michelle segment. F all you.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Fuck all you hoes.
Spot on. And International Quiet Storm with the $5 super chat. He said, I guess the last 50 years between Oprah, Sally Jesse Raphael, Montel, Jerry Springer, and Maury was okay. When black men give some pushback, now what's the problem? Hashtag.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Fuck all you hoes.
And Detroit 313 with another $5 super chat. He says, while black women deleted more than 25 million babies and Latinas are looking for black men, especially Cubans, and there's a Latina calling for black men to marry them. Exactly. And that's piggybacking on his first super chat. Yeah, 100% right.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Fuck all you hoes.
Quiet Storm says, even Keith Sweat said, what do you bring to the table? Yo, that's facts. Keith Sweat be hanging out down in Colombia, and at his recent concert, they got it. He actually doing like a red pill, like transitioning to one of his songs. He talking about, you know, what do y'all bring to the table? You want me to do this? You want me to do that? Yo, we are really becoming part of mainstream culture, and people are having a fit. Theo Waff, F all you 304s. Facts. Contractor, close us out with this segment. We're going to go to this last segment, get the hell up out of here. We have the 1 hour, 49-minute mark. Contractor?
I would almost listen to what she had to say, even though her voice is irritating. It's like sandpaper. But all I could think was them titties, though. Old girl was talking, and as abrasive as her voice really is, she got them titties hanging out, and it's like, I hate you, bitch, but I ain't really listening. Now, her being concerned about what black men are doing, however, well, that's the part that concerns me. It's not the fact that we have abandoned the black household per se. Nah, we just ain't fucking with you though. And that hoe has yet to really get that part of it. We have been the alpha, the omega, the beginning, the end, the sacrifice. We've been everything for these women. And in the end, it wasn't good enough. And now K. Michelle, despite her singing career and that raspy ass fucking voice, I'm not gonna get off that part. That raspy ass fucking voice has finally hit her peak before she hit the wall. That's not no one's fault. Old girl is experiencing her decline, and we don't seem to be bothered by it, but she does. So, seeing more content pumped out by, has-beens is what it is. Is what it is. Is what the f- is. Maybe one day, someday, she was that bitch, but not today. Not today. But the refusal in having Cam kind of sponsor the bitch and her thoughts and giving his approval. That don't help, man. That don't help. Cam would have been just straight up and blunt with her, like, yeah, well, bitch, maybe because, you look old now. You sound like Meemaw around this bitch. Your voice deeper than motherfucker. You just blown your whole fucking voice box out. That would have had an effect on her. But that's not what happened. She was free to bitch, complain, whine, and berate black men at her leisure. And that seems like some bullshit to me. But that sounds like the average bitch Cam has on his show. Caping Cam is not a dude I really want to listen to. I know he's doing numbers over there, but I won't be paying attention because nah, not my thing. Caping Cam is still trying to save these hoes and upgrade these hoes, and these hoes have shown him exactly who the fuck they are. But I'll end there.
All right, bet. Quiet Storm says that's part of the play. She thinks she could smash her way into a marriage while Brad will be putting her straight on tizzy tours. And that part, because she's running around social media now, like that's her all over about how she only dates white men now and how white men are so great and she's never been treated so well. It's the same freaking playbook. So she's basically being ghetto gagged now. And she used Cam's platform to go and promote it. Goofy business. Quiet Storm says what we are witnessing is the next generation, of Cocktails with the Queens, featuring Superhead, K. Michelle, Taraji P. Henson, and Tracy Ellis Ross. Yo, that's hilarious. Lightbringer with the $2. Lightbringer Darkness Dreamer with the $2 super chat. He says, "Are 304s still winning? Is rope maxing a solution?" Hey, you said it.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your
right, perfect, guys. I just want to put an article on the screen real quick. I'm dropping the link in the chat. Bang, there you go. Saul sent this to me. And Tito's gonna do a follow up on this week, and like we'll do a bunch of. But this is important. Because this is how we frame these conversations. Let me put this on the screen, and I'm just going to read a couple sentences of it. But most importantly, I want you to see the title, and I want to make a comment about who the fucking author is, and then have Saul and Tito say something on it, have Contract to close it, and we'll get up out of here. This won't be a long segment, but this is important. So let me add this to the stage real quick. What's going on, Playboy? What we doing? What we doing? Share screen. Come on, man. View tab on StreamYard. Add the stage. They're going to make me manually remove the other one. Okay. Bang. Here we go. All right. See that? See the... I dropped the link in the chat. You see us, and I'll repost it on the community tab as well. I think actually I did earlier before we went on. Op-ed: Black fathers versus the media and the manosphere. They were. We covered the CNN person who works for CNN putting out the book last week. They write and think pieces on us, and they trying to find a way to discredit. Like it's coming from all angles. This is the part in the article I want to jump to real quick. I just want to read this one piece of this paragraph. They talk about the Moynihan report, all this other stuff, but it's this diet manosphere content for basically men who are trying to find content like ours. This is like to divert them to this so they can roll them back into the liberal agenda shit. But I want to read a couple of these paragraphs. One. And it's crazy. They are definitely watching us and watching not us, this channel, but this space, because at least this particular article, you could tell they did a little bit of research. Let me read one of these paragraphs. It says, if you don't know what I mean, if your friend who is on the internet arguing about baby mamas, random conspiracies to feminize the black men, random conspiracies that include black, queer, and trans folk simply existing while defending Diddy, Tory Lanez, and DDG from apparent plots to be taken down. No, but we're not defending Diddy. But we know Tory Lanez got set up, and we just covered DDG last week. And you see how they're framing it, saying that there are conspiracy theories to feminize the black man? And let me go down to another paragraph. This is not to generalize us, but years of lecturing from the likes of Kevin Samuels, and I don't know where the hell he got DJ Academics. I just think because DJ Academics hangs out with Fresh and Fit, and now many others, I like to pretend don't exist, even done visible damage for some of us. And while we can all have free will to consume what we please, these types are no less poisonous. So he's referring to Kevin Samuels as poisonous to the image of black men that's found in the mainstream. So the article was couched in the premise of defending the black male image, but they pivot at the end saying Kevin Samuels is poisonous, and that Kevin Samuels was basically a avatar of a collection of talking points from the black manosphere in general. So basically, that's poisonous information, and you don't want that black male image. What's more important about this than anything, let's find the fucking author, Mr. Michael Arsenault. This is a homosexual. This is not a straight black man. Saul, yours.
Oh, I'm gonna play some Tito real quick.
All right, Tito, it's all yours.
Yeah, this right here, man. This is actually a good thing. This is actually a good thing. This is actually gonna help us, because trust me, guys that steal fence sitters, guys that's looking for information, guys that's looking for context, they're not gonna take it from a gay dude. And the first thing that they go ask, once he gets to all of that queer shit, they're gonna go and Google him and find out, what he does in his personal life, and this just goes. I'm telling you, man, it's almost like somebody is scuttling the left right now. It is. It's like it's two factions of the left. Whoever, people like Tim Walsh that want to try to hold on to the 90s and the 2000s, and then it's this other faction is just running it literally into the ground. But they are scuttling the left right now because this right here is going to provide them no value. It's going to gain them no traction. I'm telling you.
Spot on. I like your take on that. Saul, you still want to punt? I'll give it the contractor.
Oh, I was gonna go on ahead and discuss what I like to call my F premise or F factor. When you all are looking up these articles and you all find on the internet where this stuff is coming from, I want you to think these things: freaks, which entails swirlers, lesbians, and benderists; foreigners, which includes tethers; and the other F is FFF. So when you're doing these articles and you're reviewing them and looking at the audience and stuff like that, understand that these are the people who are painting a narrative about you, right? They go out to places like the Griot, the Shade Room, the Root. I don't know if News One has historically been doing this stuff, but they're on my radar. But the whole point is we need to profile these. What they're doing is with their little quote unquote allies. This guy here in a room full of quote unquote feminists and lesbians that will select this weird guy right here and have him camouflage and speak as though he speaks on behalf of all straight black men, which is the vast majority of the black men altogether in our community, right? We got to watch these plays. You know what I mean? Start looking up the background of the author. What's also included in freaks is, the two, who are ugly, right? Remember, freaks, feminists, foreigners, who are hostile to the aims and ambitions of the American black man. Now, don't get me wrong, there's brothers abroad and stuff like that who through and through support us, and we support them in turn. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, the behavior of tethering, we all have a problem with. For all we know, you could even be American tethered. There are some, believe it or not. That is possible. Another day, another description. But with articles like this, is that you get to reading it, you think that it's something innocuous, and then they throw in a little propaganda. This is the reason why us as a space need to be multimedia and do more print media so we can directly combat them where they're at. Their biggest fear, they won't tell you this, is that we're strongest right now in the audio visual stuff, the YouTubes, the TikToks, the all these other arenas. What they don't want us to do is do print media. And don't worry, we got some with that, so be on the lookout for, Tito's book, but more and more print media needs to be done. So I'll land my plane there.
Well played, sir. And Quiet Storm's piggybacking on what you said. He said, Saul, he has written the ones you named. He has written articles for those sites: The Root, New York Times Magazine, Elle, Complex, Teen Vogue, and Rolling Stones.
Yeah, you'll see a pattern there. You'll find somebody who's fresh out of undergrad, okay, with no experience whatsoever, and they're just, sent to these high-profile like magazines and stuff like that. You kind of got to scratch your head. Why? What is this person being used for? Right? Why is this person deemed, some sort of expert in black culture? Okay. The second thing you'll see is, people with academic backgrounds with gender studies or You know, they'll go on their professional victim tour. When I was 8 years old, you know, some sort of Jussie Smollett contrived lie happened to them. Not to say that, you know, people either, right? But the whole point of it is, like I said before, the F factor. You have to ask yourself once again, where is the F factor? The freak, the feminist, or the foreigner? You all remember that.
Spot on, sir. Yeah, Quiet Storm, definitely send this to Obsidian, and I'll keep an eye out on Rumble and see if he tears this article apart. But I agree in part with Tito. Even though these attacks are coming and they're well funded attacks, what it does confirm is that we're doing our goddamn job and that we got them on the back foot and they're nervous um, that the tide is turning against them. Contractor, why don't you close this segment out for us? We'll get closing statements, get everybody the hell up out of here. Shout out to Passport OG in the chat. Yo, I like the direction you going with your content, man. All your stuff been tight lately, as it always has been. But I really like the new stuff you're doing. That's Passport OG's banner on the screen. All yours, Contractor.
Well, at the end of the day, I think that we can't forget that these are the same people pose an argument that tried to sell you pussy. I will never forget that.
Facts.
Flat out, these mofos have been opposed to you and your thoughts, your actions, your deeds, everything you do, they're opposed to because they want you to, what's the word with them for it? Engage with them. They want you to know them, experience them, love them, and consume that bullshit. At the end of the day, we see a whole washing away of pronouns, so on and so forth, because that's not what's real. What's real is the fact that these individuals, they no longer have any safe ground, bro. And let's keep it a buck. A homosexual man has no room in the room with heterosexual men to speak. Like no, I shouldn't say that. Their only power is over those that want to engage with them. That ain't us. The reality of it is, these dudes that write articles that sound like this have daddy, mommy, cousin, uncle, brother issues. And that ain't my fault. Slim. Like, nah. At the end of the day, you chose your path and then you want me to jump on your program for your path. Fuck all that. That's nasty. No, thank you. But you're free to travel down that path if you want. I ain't doing it. So, to the person that wrote the article, we see you. And it ain't gonna work. No, sir. It's my brothers out there. The battle never stops. It lessens, but it really never fucking stops for real. And until this whole war is won, you won't have people that pop up like this. The difference is quell them folks ASAP. I think that's what we're getting to. Because knocking that shit the fuck out the way off the break, it saves a whole lot of time. It's another distraction, whether the old buddy's a tether or whether Slim is just out here. and he's really one of us, and he believes what he believes, and he's willing to stand by that shit. It don't matter. Don't matter, bro. Don't matter. Because white America will never accept him fully for what the fuck he wants them to accept him as. But before I go off on a tangent, I'm tired. Dude, do better. Do better, man. Do better. Draw your hand. That shit ain't work, bro. Nah. And now you got a whole legion of fucking grown men on your ass. But that might be what he wanted. Never know. Never know. But we ain't going for the bullshit though. Fuck out of here. It's amazing to me how they try to pull free thinking heterosexual men down into their pit of deceit and bullshit, bro. But it ain't worked yet. You would think they would come up with like a whole nother play. But they can't. Keisha got a playbook. Apparently they do too. But I'm sitting here just watching, bro. This shit is wild. But strangely enough, my brother seemed to find a way or a path through all the bullshit and confusion any goddamn way. But I like that.
So, Passport, this is what we was talking about. Passport OG says there are an overwhelming number of such men speaking on straight relationships. Quiet part out loud. Exactly.
See, and to answer passport OG's well not answer, but the kind of piggyback off of what he's saying, I think that maybe we should commission our own stuff, the manager. Start, actually getting at least within the Black manosphere, we can kind of get some articles of these authors, look at their political affiliations, look at their own self-identified gender identities, and things of the sort. So we can provide empirical evidence of where's this narrative coming from. And if we could provide that, then it will beg the question, what interest do they have in it, right? Thing I would also say about this is let's keep up the work. Let's hold steady. Let's hold strong. For what we do here is pennies on the dollar compared to the multi-millions or billions of dollars that they spend on us, which is good because before long, people are going to start asking questions about these so-called quote unquote subject matter experts. If they're not getting the results that they're looking for, being used as the tools for the white man, guess what? They're gonna be out here in boxes like Keisha, like anybody else, right? So the party is gonna get tired of their bullshit, and people are gonna move on about them. So let's keep the pressure on because they're gonna keep paying these motherfuckers, and they're not gonna have any results. That's where I land my plane there.
Spot on. Well played, sir. Yeah. That was it right there, so right before we got on. I was like, yeah, wrap the article up with a bow. That's perfect.
Mic check.
My bad. Did I mute myself? I sure did. Theo Waff says, Keisha has a playbook. We have passports. International Quiet Storm says there's no bigger playbook than a passport. And Quiet Storm says, Saul, I'm going to send you a link to the Obsidian Substack. It's designed so he can write retractions on stuff like this. Perfect. All right, guys, we are about to get out of here. We are 15 minutes past the 2 hour mark. It is 1:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Closing statement. You guys can take as long as you want, and we'll get the hell up out of here. Tito, what you got? Let's and we'll close the closing statements out with Contractor. What you got, Tito?
Don't think that you as a black person are like on an island from this political violence just because you see other people participating. You need to go out and arm yourself with at least one carbine, one pistol, and one knife, straight up. And that's all I got to say, because they are going to start trying to come at black people.
Well played. Saul, closing statement, sir.
Be mindful of who's controlling your wider narrative. You know, who's controlling the conversation, what's being said, making sure that you actually put a voice, your voice out there. I mean, there's so many things out there like medium.com and a few other places where even you can anonymize your name and you can put up things out there. We need an army of people to start getting into print media, to reply directly to articles like these. Because it's dangerous, you know what I mean? How does a man-hating chick get paid millions of dollars due to black men? Can somebody say BLM, anybody? How does men who sleep with other men have anything about black men's straight affairs? Right? How could somebody who don't even date black men to begin with have anything to say about black men? Right? So we really gotta, make them spend the money. Make them spend the money with no results. This is a war of attrition. We said every broadcast, right? Make them spend the money with no results. We weather the storm, and that's the end game. Because they're going to look at these so-called subject matter experts and fire the fuck out of them. I'll land my plane there.
Contractor, saw you. Take us home. Closing statement. We'll get the hell up out of here.
My apologies, but I have nothing of articulate intelligence to add outside of that's some bullshit, and like we don't want pussy. Like, goddamn, like what, nigga? Like, we don't want no pussy. What the fuck? I'm tired, Slim. We had these conversations after long days, and turn around and have to fucking explain it to you. We no want pussy. That's what that party represents. It's a bunch of okay, no. It's a bunch of supposed boy bangers that want you to vote for them while they slip a finger. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, sir. No, sir. At the end of the day, we've seen enough of that side to know that that's not what's up. I'm tired. I want to take my ass to sleep. It's late as fuck. And at the end of it, after all the most intelligible arguments have been made, bro, you see what they doing. You see what that side is doing, and or what they trying to do. Fuck them people. Vote your interest. Your loyalty has to move. It has to be flexible. Whatever interests you, that's it right there. But outside of that, You brothers be easy. Y'all have a great night. And I mean, at the end of it all, bruh, if they're not for you, they're against you. Flat the fuck out. No matter where you stand, left and or right. I'm done. I'll land there.
Well played, and I'm gonna piggyback on something Contractor just said. If you a black man right now moving forward and you claiming Democratic Party, you got some fucking splaining to do. Got some splaining to do. You feel me? Shout out Alexander X popping up here, member for 14 months. Man, I think it's you and Theo Coop, longest standing members, man. Appreciate you for supporting the channel like you do. Hey.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too.
All right, excellent. Guys, that is a wrap. I want to say thank you to my panel for showing up every goddamn Sunday. You know, we do the late night. Another great show. We covered a lot of shit, a lot of good commentary, doing the goddamn work. I want to say thank you to the chat. It looks like we got a full chat right now. So thanks everybody for coming in during the chat. Another great show. This is my first week in Peru. Just the first stream from Peru. Quiet Storm. We start in Channel 8, Season 8. And we using your thumbnail for Season 8 as well. I want to thank everybody for supporting the stream. Appreciate it. And everybody, just like Alexander X, please consider becoming a channel member or joining the Patreon. We need the goddamn money. Yeah, like we always do about now, man. A lot of long form content we posting. Shout out to Tito. He's past 900 subs. We've been working on it, promoting him on the community tab. We're trying to get him to 1,000 past 1,000 subs. It's safe to say Tito is back. I know y'all motherfuckers thought y'all took him out. Not on our watch. Man, we really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna be doing the news desk this week now that I'm all set up. Internet is good, so I'll probably do a segment tomorrow. And we're looking at trying to do 3 times a week and do it, move to 5 times a week, so it's more streams for you guys during the week. Pumping out content on the channel. Once again, thanks you for your support. And like I always say right about now, good night and good luck.
Here's another classic. The definition of hip hop. Here's another classic. The definition. Chemistry.
Salute the black man. I salute. 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 Salute the black man. I salute.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App? Brothers and sisters, give me.
Wake up in the house, I look up, I see girls everywhere. I see bales everywhere. I see scales everywhere. I see hair and everywhere. I get mail everywhere. I get mail everywhere. I get mail everywhere. I get mail everywhere. Girls everywhere. I see bales everywhere. I see scales everywhere. I see hair and everywhere. I get mail everywhere.
My nigga.
Wake up.
Simp alert. 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 Simp alert.
Yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. I don't wanna know your name, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. Get the fuck on, ain't no shame. I'm here to fuck. 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 Watch this bridge, y'all. I'm here to fuck. They, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. I don't wanna know your name, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. Get the fuck on, ain't no shame. I'm here to fuck. 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 Watch this bridge, y'all. I'm here to fuck.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah. Grown up shit. Kids not allowed in the living room type shit. Fendi socks match the robe. The flyest nigga on the whole globe. My front gate got a whole code. Talking business on the phone with some Muslims out in Yemen in the gold dome. Fashion week in Athens, Greece, eating spinach with some old hoes. You old niggas broke and it shows. You gotta sell tickets to get paid for your shows. I get paid either way it goes. I get paid even if nobody goes. Bitches see me and say life goes. Your lady want me, that's how life goes. I might let her give me head, it depends on how the night goes. Got a stable full of white toes. Green beam on the top, I nickname that bitch the light pole. Tennis bracelet hanging off the nigga wrist and it's white gold. Everything I do is ice cold. Bitch, I'm stamped like a brick. The hood show me love every chance that they get. I'm the man. I ain't in the romance, I admit. But I still hold hands with my chick. Ice Lord, fly shit. Big 4/5 on my hip, like a sidekick. My life is like a crime flick. Wine cellar in the crib, worth the moose, nigga Don shit. I came a long way from my mom's shit. I made it cause I grinded. My last vinyl cost 100 cause I signed it. Niggas need to be reminded. Seen the top 5 list and I climbed it. Turn this up and rewind it. Come on. Niggas talk tough when you FaceTiming until shit turn violent. Real talk.
I used to say silly things like, where are all the good men at? Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch.
Maybe I am the problem.
Maybe I am the problem.
Maybe I am the problem.
Sorry.
Hey, where's Stewie?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, go, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
This is not real. It's just a dream. Please, please, wake up. Wake up. This is not real. It's just a dream. Please, please, wake up.
I told you. Steppenwolf would fail.
Doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. Doesn't matter who we are.
I came here to rescue you from him.
Well, we all appreciate your concern, Colonel. And we'll try to be extra careful.
I'm just amazed that he allowed any of your posse to live.
Is that right?
Strictly speaking, he slipped up. You're lucky to be breathing.
That's just great. Colonel, you came out here to find out why one of your machines blew a gasket.
You don't seem to want to accept the fact that you're dealing with an expert in guerrilla warfare. With a man who's the best. With guns, with knives, with his bare hands. A man who's been trained to ignore pain, ignore weather, to live off the land, to eat things that'll make a billy goat puke. Kill. Period. Win by attrition.
This is not real.